What's going on, guys? It's your boy Xbox God here. Welcome back to another video. And this is a video I've been promising you guys for a little bit. This is the East Blue One Piece review. This is a non-nostalgia review. So, growing up, I always grew up with like American cartoons, you know, like SpongeBob, and I always grew up with like sitcoms and stuff like that, like Drake and Josh, iCarly. But I never ever really grew up with Dragon Ball or Bleach or One Piece or Berserk or anything like that. So everything that I've read, you know, my Dragon Ball, Berserk, Akira, Bleach, these are all known nostalgia takes on these mangas. So I've never ever watched an anime. I have now. I've watched like Demon Slayer, I've watched Akira, I've watched Berserk, I've watched stuff like that. I've watched some One Piece, I've watched some Record of Ragnarok, I've watched some animes. But I've never really been nostalgic for series like Bleach or Dragon Ball, One Piece. So whenever I heard about One Piece, I remember hearing my friend Luke talking about it, and he was saying that, hey, I heard that this character, because he was really into Naruto, right? And I know that Naruto has a lot of powerful, super powerful characters. He was telling me, hey, this character Luffy is supposedly supposed to be the most powerfulest anime character of all time. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, why? And he's like, well, it's because the series is so long. The character development, he's so powerful because the series has been going on for so long that he's just that developed and that powerful. And that really intrigued me about Luffy. Luffy would just totally intrigue me. I also loved Ichiroda's art. I loved the way he was able to present Luffy with the gums around his teeth. I don't know why I really, really like that about his art around One Piece. So if you guys don't even know, Ichirota, he's the mangaka of One Piece. He's a very talented mangaka. He's talented in the way that he doesn't get bored of something like Berserk, where it was 40 volumes, and you could tell Kentaro Miura was not getting tired of it, but it was just a lot of work for him. This dude is on 90 volumes plus of One Piece. He's on his 100th volume of One Piece. I mean, you got to give him credit where credit's due. He has assistants, so it's not just him by himself. He has assistants, but I hear that his assistants only handle the backgrounds, and Ichirota himself only touches the main characters, like Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, Nami. So in East Blue, like we're gonna talk about today, this is my like I said, my no nostalgia review. So this is gonna be just raw feelings about how I feel about One Piece. So East Blue is the first 11 volumes in One Piece, and I knew the whole stigma around One Piece, that it's super long, and it's really good if you are willing to embark on the journey. But I was able to find the first box set for a really good price on Manga Swap. So I embarked on the journey, and I remember reading the first, I'd say I read the first 3-ish volumes, and I kind of stopped because I was like, geez, it's so like long, you know what I mean? And that was before I started reading manga like very heavily, to where I was reading like a few volumes a day, of stuff like that. I was just like very daunted on like just how big it was. And then one day I kind of just hunkered down and read the whole thing, and I definitely don't regret it. So your first arc is about East Blue, and East Blue is these waters inside a massive chain of seas that are around these characters. So this series is about pirates. If you guys don't know, it's about this character named Luffy. On the very cover, we'll pull out another cover. It's about our main character named Luffy. And simple. It's very simple. He wants to become the greatest pirate of all time. He wants to become the king of pirates. And it's basically your guys' journey, following him and his journey, becoming the greatest pirate of all time. So on the East Blue arc, it's basically just him recruiting his initial team, his initial 4 members. So he has to get, his first member isn't really like a necessity, but his first member is Zoro. He's a swordsman. He's super cool, super like quiet, cool. But as you get on, you start meeting newer, more unique kind of characters like Nami herself. She is she's the navigator of the crew. She has orange hair and stuff like that. But if you guys look, this is the whole first five of the crew. It's Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, Sanji. So Usopp is actually their sniper, but at first he's not their sniper. He's just their ship deck and stuff like that. He like takes care of the ship. Sanji, he's actually their I like to call him lover boy. And Cook, he is in love with every girl he sees, including Sanji. Not Sanji. Nami. But the first crew is actually it's very, very like it feels classic when you read it because you feel like you're embarking on this old journey because it originally started in what 1992. Probably wrong on that, but it just feels so fun in the way the characters. It's just very simple. Like Luffy's like, look, he is dead determined on becoming this king of pirates, and he just goes after any enemy he wants, and eventually he finds himself wrapped up in too much of like trouble, you know. So he finds himself getting himself involved with Nami, and she has a backstory with these fishmen, and these fishmen end up becoming like they're really powerful actually. And Luffy, it's a very threatening thing to Luffy and his crew. Since Luffy and his crew are so small at the very beginning, it's just it just feels very early on in the story, and you could tell that it's early on, but it almost has a charm to it at that point. I love that like kind of like classic. Like as I read it right now, I'm reading Dragon Ball, and it's just I could tell it's just such an old school classic story. Same thing with One Piece. But if you guys buy the first box set and you guys read East Blue and you guys don't like it, I don't think you guys are gonna like the rest of One Piece because Baroque Works, Skypiea, Water 7, Thriller Bark, all those other arcs after it are just more complex versions of that arc. It's just more harder enemies, beefed up versions of them. I mean, it just gets off nuts off the wall. It's really fun. It's a fun series. If you guys are interested in ever like getting into like a pirate manga, this is absolutely number one on the list. There's a reason why it's the number one selling manga in Japan. I mean, it's amazing. It's super fun. It's funny. The characters are lovable. That's like one thing I wanted to talk about is the characters. Luffy, he's just super self-driven and just a funny kind of like a just go for it kind of character. No, he doesn't care. He just goes for it, and sometimes without the consent of his shipmates. But One Piece is one of those series where you can't really ever hide from spoilers. So yes, I have been spoiled a lot about One Piece. But that's the thing. You go on these journey, you get spoiled, but if you go on the journey with these characters, it's worth the entire journey that you went with these characters because it's about the story, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, there's a lot of twists and turns, a lot of resolutions in the first box set. But in the first box set, East Blue, for the first 11 volumes, I think it's a great arc. Super simple. Like I said, you just meet your first 4 members of the crew, and you fight your first 2 main baddies of the series. I mean, or your not first 2, maybe first 3, but it's super fun, and I love the characters. I love Usopp. He is hilarious. His comedic lines always come in perfectly. If you guys are ever interested in getting into One Piece, the second arc, if you guys aren't feeling East Blue, I encourage you guys to read the second arc of Baroque Works because it definitely does get a lot better. I would give East Blue an 8 out of 10 on the One Piece scale. I really like it, but it definitely does get better and better. Skypiea dips a little bit, but Baroque Works has been my favorite arc so far. I hear that Water 7 it's one of the best arcs in One Piece, but I haven't gotten that far yet. Next I'm going to do a Baroque Works review, and that'll be a lot more positive and a lot more... I think I've been a lot positive about One Piece, East Blue. But what else can I say? I mean, it's a classic. If you guys haven't tried it, please try it. It's 11 volumes. I mean, you could pick it up in the singles if you guys don't want to even try it. Or even the 3-in-1s. The 3-in-1s are super simple, super quick way to pick it up and read it. 3, 6, 9, 12. So you can only pick up 4 volumes for the price of $15 to complete East Blue. If you guys aren't really sure about One Piece, super, super cheap, super simple way to get into it. But, other than that, guys, Thank you guys for watching. It's my East Blue review. Laters.